Did you know that Wizards of the Coast is working on a secret science fiction tabletop RPG? Well, I have the scoop. My name is Matt, and we are Dice Geeks. A few months ago on the channel, I talked about this. This is Exodus, and this is the Traveler's Handbook. And I did a little short video on that a few months back, talking about how I was surprised to get an email telling me that Wizards of the Coast had released a science fiction tabletop RPG. Now, this is in conjunction with a video game, which is called Exodus, which is being produced by a wholly owned subsidiary of Wizards of the Coast. Not sure when that video game is launching, but it has everything. It has a fantastic creative team. It also has an expansive world that is already being built by some incredible creators. As you can see, look how thick this rule book is right here. The rules to the tabletop RPG, as one might suspect, are very similar to Dungeons and Dragons, kind of a slimmed down version of 5e, I think I would call it. However, just a couple weeks ago, I was surprised again. Then there are two. So I got another email saying that Exodus was releasing the encyclopedia for the tabletop RPG. And since I'm an easy mark and I love science fiction and role-playing games, I quickly bought it and I got it really fast. This fleshes out the world a little bit more and gives more detail into the player races and some of the other creatures that are in this universe that makes up Exodus. As you can see, again, this is huge. And as I said, the world building for this video game is quite substantial, including even like almost 1,000-page novel. And I'm just surprised that this is not getting too much press at the moment. Now, I know it's kind of a side project, so you would have to be following information on the video game to even get some of these emails letting you know that you can buy the tabletop RPG. I just find it fascinating that so few people are talking about Exodus, the video game, or the tabletop RPG. Now, I understand Wizards of the Coast is kind of on the outs with the internet community and that because of some of the shenanigans they pulled with Dungeons and Dragons, but these books are really interesting, and this world is so fleshed out and really so complete. If you love science fiction, do yourself a favor and at least look at the Exodus game and check out these books if they're still available. I think they were a limited printing. The artwork in these is stunning, and I'll show you a few pictures here in a second. However, the binding on this encyclopedia here, the person who did that should probably rethink their life choices because some of the pages are already falling out, which is very frustrating. But as I was saying, the artwork is phenomenal. You can see here, here's some kind of crazy guy right there. Don't want to meet that guy in a dark alley or a well-lit parking lot. A few other great pieces of art here. Hopefully I'm allowed to show you these. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to. One of the coolest things about this setting that I really enjoy is awakened animals. Let me show you. So here, awakened bears. So these are animals that have become sentient through genetic manipulation. I love that concept. I even put it in my novel that I wrote, so playing it in a tabletop RPG is really exciting to me. In fact, they have awakened octopuses, which I put one in my novel several years ago. One awakened creature that has me really excited is the awakened frogs. I think this artwork here is absolutely stunning, and as I mentioned in my previous video, that's my character right there riding his awakened frog. That's what I'm making. They also have awakened dolphins, and I don't know if you can see that one right there. That is a dolphin piloting a mech, which is like one of the coolest things I have ever seen in my life. Kind of a throwback to Sequest DSV or Johnny Mnemonic. Now, the problem with so many new tabletop RPGs is that I will probably never be able to play this. I certainly intend on getting the video game when it comes out, and I am really looking forward to that because I am a total sucker for a science fiction role-playing game. So I probably will never play the tabletop version because there are so many other excellent science fiction role-playing games out there that my gaming group would be more interested in playing. However, in my upcoming actual play of Starforged, I plan on taking some of these ideas of awakened animals and putting them into my Starforged campaign because awakened animals are awesome. But if you want some more information, I'll throw some links down below so you can check it out. If you are a video game fan, do yourself a favor and learn a little bit more about the Exodus video game that is coming. Hopefully during this video I've showed you a little footage of that so you can get a taste of what is coming there. If you are into all things D&D, you might consider picking these books up if any are still available. If you want to learn more about me and my work creating tabletop RPG resources, you can find them in the description below. Thank you so much and keep gaming.